Alright, so here's one of our originals. This one's called Truth and Balance that I wrote kind of about a friend of mine, but anyway. Two. Well, there's a truth and balance that you seek. Well, sometimes situations you critique tend to toss and turn your thoughts around and run your ship into the ground. There lies that distant shore just beyond your reach, and all the dreams your soul desires are washed upon the beach. You gotta turn that ship around and trim your sails for a gallant breeze. Never take the ground you've gained for granted. Now cultivate the seeds that you have planted. Never turn your back on a friend in need, and you'll reap the strength of 1,000 seas. If you fall from grace, you may sink like a stone, suffer revenge dealt from Poseidon's throne. And exile of Ithaca is such a long way from home. Tangled in the webs you weave, find your solitude in a tempest sea. Embrace the light of shooting stars, illuminating the path of your desires. Where there lies that distant shore just beyond your reach, and all the dreams your soul desires are washed upon the beach. You gotta turn that ship around and trim your sails for a gallant breeze. You gotta turn that ship around and trim your sails for a gallant breeze. There you go.
Very nice. I enjoyed that immensely.
Well, thank you. Let's see. What should I do next? Get it right. I've done it a billion times. Okay, so this next song is called "Dig a Hole." And it was influenced by the UFO sightings down in Phoenix many years ago. So it's kind of out there in left field about that. So. One step closer to Mars, pit stops intergalactic bars. Now you bet your lucky stars, Bebop-a-looba drives a rocket car. Astrological faith worships cosmology, while the cosmopolitan pace pushes conspiracies and heresy. Spend your whole life fighting gravity. A large step for humankind. Did the boogie on the moon's behind. Strange lights over Phoenix skies, they hypnotize. They beckon, come dance with me. Far beneath the sea in ecstasy. Shadow boxing in space, you vanish without a trace. The next thing you and I will be throwing pies at the sky. Dig a hole in the heaven. Dig a hole in the cold black sky. Dig a hole in the heaven. Dig a hole in the cold black sky. Dig a hole in the heaven. Dig a hole in the cold black sky. There you go. Sort of goes like that. Alright, let's see. Let's try one of my newer songs. And this one too is influenced by somebody I used to know a long time ago. And this one's somewhat self-explanatory. Some of the newer younger generation might not understand some of the lyrics as well, but I'll give it a shot anyway. This one's called Drop a Dime. Since I was a youngster, I used to explore every confection at the local candy store. I used to chase pennies down the railroad tracks. Found a stack of porn in an abandoned shack. I used to be tempted by the taboo. Things I used to, I still do too. But I'm wiser now, and so each time I relapse, soon the lotus and I try to relax. Now I take the back roads everywhere I go. Speak a lingo that's laced in code. Some things were said under duress, and some things I'll never confess. I draw the curtains, I don't answer my phone. Hear you knock and act like nobody's home. I hide in the basement, I don't make a sound. All my money's buried under the ground. snap of a twig or a rustle in the leaves. Hold my breath and I try not to sneeze. I use discretion 'cause I'm frightened all the time. Some motherfucker's gonna drop a dime on me, 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 drop a dime on me. Drop a dime on me, 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 drop a dime on me. Drop a dime on me, dime on me, drop a dime on me, drop a dime on me, drop a dime on me. Drop a dime on me, drop a dime on me, drop a dime on me, drop a dime on me.
Hey. Very nice.
All right, so this next song is called Circumvention, and somewhat political in its basic lyrical content, but you figure it out. Mind control, psychology, like a river washing over me. I was sentient, fully awake, soon held captive in a hypnotic state. If we believe in this fallacy, well, that's where we'll be. That's where we'll be. Well, that's where we'll be. That's where we'll be. Manipulation, just can't relate without protection. It might just be too late. Was it deception? You know that crossed my mind. Circumvention, hit me from behind. If we believe in this fallacy, well, that's where we'll be. Well, that's where we'll be. That's where we'll be. That's where we'll be. Swoggled by twisted fantasies, acquiesced to hyperbole. Was your conscience sleeping in a jar? It's hard to know just who the good guys are. If we believe this fallacy, well, that's where we'll be. Well, that's where we'll be. That's where we'll be. That's where we'll be. mind control, psychology like a river washing over me. I was sentient, fully awake, still held captive in a hypnotic state. If we believe this fallacy, well, that's where we'll be. That's where we'll be. That's where we'll be. That's where we'll be. Yeah, that's circumvention. Nice. Let's see. All right, let me try one more for you guys. Here's one that's on my last CD called The Golden Thread. Not The Golden what's my last CD called?
Event Horizon.
Yeah, Event Horizon. That's it. I get them mixed up sometimes. And this one you can find out there on the internet tubes under LJ Errante, ERRANTE. Yeah. Event Horizon. Okay, this one I wrote with a friend of mine who grew up in a commune up in Virginia. A lot of it's about her life growing up in the commune. And it's kind of cool how it worked out. That's what I thought Alison Krauss would like to cover this one. Let's see how it works out. Grew up in the foothills of Virginia. I take my horse and I ride all day. No hidden truths or false agendas. Why can't the world just be that way? Why can't the world just be that way? I often try to remember, roll back the years and the flux of time, and pour my life into the river. I'll be back home by supper time. I'll be back home by supper time. Now there's a path of least resistance, and there are paths that will test your faith. Growing pains are full of wisdom. Minor dinner bell, don't be late. Minor dinner bell, don't be late. I've been fooled and I've been lied to, and I've been told to lay my weapons down. But now I've returned without a vengeance. Still in the end I hold my ground. Still in the end I hold my ground. I grew up in the foothills of Virginia. I take my horse and I'd ride all day. No hidden truths or false agendas. Why can't the world just be that way? 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 Thank you all for listening. Thanks, Patrick.
Thank you for joining us this afternoon. It's been great hanging out. Good to see you.
Thanks.
Hello, welcome to the Woodshed Archive Happy Hour session. We're here this afternoon with LJ Errante.
Sounds good. Yep, that's me. I've been here in Columbia since 1986. Started out mostly playing guitar at that time, and actually at one point I was in grad school at the time, and met a guy from England who was in school with me at the time, and he had a mandolin, and I used to sit around and play that occasionally with friends and stuff. I borrowed his mandolin and play it, and kind of got addicted to it, and started keep playing that. And when he went back to England, he sold it to me, and that kind of was the start of my playing the mandolin. For years, for most of my life, I'd played guitar, so I kind of cut my licks on guitar. So I kind of carried that technique with me into the mandolin. Never took any formal lessons playing mandolin, so that's kind of how that came about. But yeah, so I have sort of a guitar style playing a lot. A lot of people point that out. I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that. I've been listening to you for years, and you definitely don't have the traditional bluegrass mandolin sounds, but I really love it.
Thank you. Yeah, so since then, gosh, back then I started playing mandolin. Was with that for a while, and there's used to be a group of buddies of mine. We used to get together, and some friends would play guitars. It'd be like 3 or 4 guitars, and I brought the mandolin into the mix, and that changes things up a lot, just having that different instrument there. And we did that for a good while, and ended up forming a little bluegrass kind of band called the Toad Lickers back then. Actually, we got pretty good. We were good enough that we actually opened up for Bill Clinton on the courthouse steps when he was running for president the first time. And that was kind of cool. And kept on playing. Actually ended up playing with I got indoctrinated into a band, King Cotton and the Boll Weevils, with kind of Chris Compton, who was supposed to be here today instead of me. I learned a lot playing with those guys, especially learning Chris Compton's music and stuff. I ended up progressing on the mandolin, a lot of it, learning songs that they were doing more than I ever did on the guitar. So I stuck with it, and still playing mandolin today, and played with a number of different bands throughout the years. Played with Devils in Disguise more recently, and Papa String Band, and
Quantum Oscillator.
And now I'm in a band called the Quantum Oscillators. I kind of formed by my own. And play with lots of other folks too, mostly just come in and sit in different times and stuff like that. But it's been a blast. I'm still doing it. And
well, I enjoy following you around and seeing all these late night jams. That's kind of where I came up with this idea, was trying to catch the sound of what it's like to just sit around in the living room and listen to after party jam.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of recapture that moment, because I've already tried very many times, and trying to set microphones up in the middle of a party is just not worth the trouble.
Yeah, it can be tricky. But yeah, I got used to play out a lot of bars and stuff like that, and kind of got burned out on the bar scene. I may play a couple here and there occasionally, but mostly been playing festivals, and a lot of them are private festivals too, and I really enjoy those. Got to the point I'm not so much into it for the money, more than the love of the music and providing entertainment for folks who enjoy it. And that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm doing a lot of recording, some new material and stuff in the works.
You have a nice little studio out at your house. So,
yeah, it's nice.
You can sit down and do this anytime you want.
Yeah, this is true. You can stand to be around me. I'm doing that because sometimes it takes a little time to get it just right.
Right, yeah, definitely a different target.